you might be more stressed than you actually think. It's this being in this perpetual, constant state of stress in our lives, and we may not even realize it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about being in a constant fight or flight mode, how we can actually get addicted to it, and ways around it so we can keep our immune system boosted and stay free from disease. So sit tight. Welcome back to another video. I'm Jen. Today we're going to talk about stress. And you know, stress it's something that we all have, but some of us have it on more of a consistent basis, and some of us have it in a more chronic state, and we don't even realize it. So when we think of stress, we know what stress feels like, right? It's our sympathetic nervous system kicking in. It's our fight or flight kicking in. We get, our heart starts racing. We get sweaty palms. We get this buildup of this energy inside of us, and it narrows our focus on something for survival, basically. So if we were being attacked by something or somebody, our fight or flight mode would kick in, and we wouldn't be thinking about other things. We'd be thinking on just escaping or protecting ourselves and surviving. So what happens when our bodies are in a constant state of stress? Now, our bodies are not equipped for this. Our bodies are equipped to handle little spurts of fight or flight mode, but we're not equipped to be in this constant level, this constant fight or flight mode. And it can almost lead to an addiction. We get addicted to the sympathetic, to this adrenaline rush that we have. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're actually living this way. And by living this way, we're actually depleting our body's natural energy stores. And we're actually depleting our immune system. And this is where disease happens for people. This is where things like heart attacks come on, or people just, the body gets out of whack, gets out of balance, because, when we go into normal fight or flight mode, survival mode, something happens. Somebody is intruding on or we see something on TV or something like that. We get worried, we get fear, and we go into this sympathetic dominant mode. But our bodies should go back to, we have a short burst of that, but then our bodies go back to being in equilibrium, in balance, okay? And everything goes back to normal, and we're fine. This is how it works. But some of us can either become addicted almost to this fight or flight mode, this adrenaline rush, like I mentioned, or we just remain in this constant state of fear, this perpetual state of stress, underlying stress. So it could be something that's tugging on us and nagging on us. It could be unresolved emotions or something that went unresolved from our past. And it's always underlying. We just bury it deeper and deeper and deeper. But in the meantime, we're still in a state of stress. Even if it doesn't come out like this huge, oh my God, I'm stressed out. It's this underlying stress that's underlying everybody. And at the same time, it's slowly depleting the energy stores of your body. So we have our body's natural vital energy. And this is something that gives us our creative power. It gives us the ability to choose to make changes in life, to have motivation and inspiration and do things beyond just what we might think we're capable of, our infinite possibilities. This gives us the freedom to change our lives. It gives us the freedom to change our lives. But if this energy store is tapped out, depleted, being sucked up by other things, then we don't have the energy to do those things. We don't have creativity. We don't have energy to give ourselves self-love or do the inner healing work that we actually need to do. So I have a little graph here, a little picture here. And so think of this, you have one person here, you can consider this you, and you have another person here. So this person is attached. So this is where most people live. They live attaching to certain things in their lives. So somebody might be attached to job, relationships, food, money, society, media, news, especially right now. Everybody seems to be very attached and glued to the news. And this is more negative attachment. So if you're having negative thoughts and emotions surrounding these things that I just mentioned, so, you know, we need food for survival, but when you have a negative attachment to food, if you're overeating, if you're binge eating, if you have an eating disorder, then this is where the underlying stress part comes in, okay? So as you can see, stress, this person doesn't look very happy, do they? Because we become attached to things, and we have all these attachments that are basically tugging at our natural energy stores, our vital energy stores in our body. And the more we remain attached to these things, the more we're going to keep draining ourselves and depleting ourselves until our vital energy runs out and we are completely drained and fatigued and very vulnerable to things like disease. So the more attached we remain to these things, money is a big one, media news is a huge one right now, job, a lot of people are worried about their jobs and they're stressing, and you know, all the negative attachments that we have. Now, if you think about it, think of yourself, you know, when you're attached to all these different things and you're using your energy for all these different things that you're focusing on in your life, that you're placing so much importance on in your life. You're giving out energy here, and you're giving out energy here, and you're giving out energy here, and you're giving out energy here. What happens is we become very dense. We become very dense matter, and it's a struggle to even survive because we have all these attachments all over. They're almost like tentacles, right? They're like weighted tentacles, and they each weigh like 100 pounds each. You become so dense and you don't have the energy to do any sort of inner work for yourself and work on yourself and actually free up any kind of energy because there is no energy left to use for other things, for your purpose in life, for pursuing those goals and those things that you've always wanted to do. You have no energy left because you keep attaching to all these different things. And you keep attaching to these things, and the negative emotion attached to these things just makes you denser and denser and denser. And you have more stress, and you're constantly in a state of stress. Okay? And it feels dense, and your vital energy is down. So in order to free yourself up from the stress, make yourself lighter, you have to learn one thing. You have to learn non-attachment. Non-attachment. What does this mean? This means connecting with source. This means meditation. This means doing the inner work, going inside yourself. And it's going to essentially make the energy free, and it's going to feel lighter to you, and your vital energy is going to remain in place, or it's going to go up. Okay, you're going to have more freed energy, more stuff to do, things that you actually want to do, that you have, you know, that are in your heart, your passions, your desires, your ultimate potential, the highest version of yourself, your best self. You know, our natural state is love, okay? I know it sounds really like corny. Our natural state is love, man. It is. Our natural state is very high. It's love. We don't realize this. We choose instead to stay in a constant state of stress. And why that is because we keep attaching ourselves to all these different things. And we keep narrowing our focus and putting so much attachment. Not that these things aren't important. I mean, we place... Okay, there's a difference between, you know, importance. These things, you need food, okay? You need a job. You need relationships in your life. It helps you flourish as a human being. It helps you evolve. It helps you grow. It helps you become a good person, okay? But the moment that you attach negative things to these, the moment you're focusing 24/7 on the news and you're in a constant state of fear and you become addicted to that fear and you keep watching the news and you keep watching the news, you keep watching the news, you keep viewing money from a state of lack, scarcity mindset, right? So you keep worrying and worrying and worrying, fear, worry, frustration, all these negative, low vibrational emotions, okay, that you are in. What are they doing? They're depleting your vital energy. They're depleting you. They're draining you. They're basically sucking you dry. So you have to learn to get to a point of non-attachment. You can do all these things. You can have a job. You can make money. You can have relationships. You can eat food even. But the moment you put these things up on a pedestal and you narrow your focus and you bring all the stress into these things, is the moment where you're actually lowering your immune system. You're in a constant fight or flight. Say you're always in fear, okay? You're watching the news. You're placing so much attachment on the news and the media right now that you're in a constant state of fear, fight or flight mode, right? Well, this can become an addiction. It can become an addiction because your body is feeling that rush. Suddenly it doesn't know what to do when it doesn't have that rush. So what do? You turn on the news again so you can get that rush back, okay? You got to get that feeling back. And what happens is your body is now in an abnormal state for a perpetual period of time. Your heart rhythm is off. Everything is off. The hormones are off, right? Because again, your body's not meant to be in this a constant state of fight or flight, sympathetic mode. It's made to have the little bursts of, for survival, for protection, but not have it constantly. And a lot of people have it constantly. So non-attachment, connecting with source energy. So it's going within, it's going inside yourself. It's doing the inner work that you need to do to stop attaching yourselves to all these things, okay? You can do these things, but be more of an observer and do it from a place of awareness, a place of being neutral, okay? So when I say go inside yourself, it's listening to you, listening to your body. Stop placing all of your focus and attention on things outside of you and get to know you, get to know yourself again. This could be sitting with yourself and just listening. Sometimes we need to shut up. We need to shut ourselves up because the mind goes, and we never actually listen to ourselves of who we are, what we truly want. We're going to sit, a lot of people sit in meditation and they can't meditate because they're trying so hard to relax, to meditate, and they're like, okay, is my time up yet? Blah, 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 Just sit with yourself. You have to listen. You have to train yourself to do this because your brain is not, it's not been trained to do it. It's not been trained to listen to you. So the key to get from here to here, from this person to this person, is awareness. Awareness. When we're attaching ourselves to all these different things outside of ourselves, we're not aware. We're not aware because our focus is not on us. Our focus is on that thing and that thing and that thing and that thing and that thing. It's outside of ourselves, right? Almost like we're not a person. We're just like glued to this and that and the news and this person and that person and blah, 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 okay? We have to get to a point of awareness. Being aware of ourselves in our current reality, in our bodies, energy around us, all that kind of thing. And the best way to do that is, honestly, meditation. If the word meditation scares you, then think of it like sitting with yourself for 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and just listening to yourself. Listen to what's going on in your head, the thoughts that are going on, but turn off the TV, turn off the phone, turn off any kind of distractions, and actually sit with yourself, close your eyes, and just try to feel in your body and listen and see if you can actually hear the real you. because we don't listen to the real us. And that's the issue. So, you know, when it comes to something like immunity, we don't realize we're depleting our immunity because we have underlying stress. We're in this constant state of perpetual attachment. So when we could get to a point of non-attachment and we're kind of going closer to our natural state, which is love, and we're connecting to our source energy, we're building our vital energy back up. And what this does, this helps us heal. This helps us regenerate. You know, when we are here and we're always here, we don't have our body's natural energy. We can't regenerate. We can't heal because all of our energy is going outward. It's going to these external sources outside of ourselves. Whereas here, we're like encased in this little bubble. We're within ourselves again, okay? And we're building that energy back up. So the energy is free, it's light, because we're not attached, we're not giving it out to other sources. We are just coming back within ourselves, and this is going to help us. It's going to keep us free from disease. We're going to remain completely balanced and in perfect alignment with ourselves, with everything around us, and back to our home state, which is love. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Let me know what you think. If you have not done so, please subscribe. I put out a video every single morning. Don't forget to hit that little bell, notification bell. Make sure you get a little ding when a new video goes up. But I appreciate you all, and I hope everyone has a great day. I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Peace.